Hi there, and welcome back to our third in our Valentine's themed series of videos. Hope you've enjoyed the other two. If you haven't watched them, why not look through our playlist on how to make Valentine themes and take a look. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe and hit that notification bell. Help us develop and grow this channel. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Anyway, in this one we're going to make some beautiful rose coasters. Now this reminds me of the Charles Rennie Mackintosh style rose. If you don't know who he was, very prevalent in the arts and crafts periods of I believe the early last century. I'm going to use some Arteza mica powders. Beautiful selections here, and also some by Istoyo, which are the ones, I think that's how you say it, are the ones coming up now. So they did the more reddish colours that I was looking for. So in case you haven't guessed it, we're going to do 4 coasters. 2 are going to be the red themed, like red roses, very romantic, and 2 also being shades of pink. And we're going to apply the mica powder to these moulds, trying to create an idea of shading, so lights and darks, highlights and things, and we're doing that using just a regular paintbrush. So I'm starting off with the red themed colours. We're just shading them in. This is on a time lapse, so it's obviously I don't normally do it this quickly. It did take a little bit of time, I'm not going to lie there, but I quite like doing this. By all means, use whatever you feel comfortable using to apply the mica powder to the mould. Of course, you don't have to do this. You can just do it in plain resin. You could do it in clear resin with some red glitter or pink glitter, or you could add some pigments or perhaps some acrylic inks to actually hint or pigment and colour your resin, and then you could just do it as a straight one coloured coaster. All ideas, obviously it's up to you what you do, but you know, the world's your oyster, choice is yours. So here we are, I'm going in actually with a slightly pinky colour here. I did cheat a bit. I had took it from the pink selections that I had, which was from Arteza, but yeah, just going in with the different colours and trying to give, there you go, as a close-up, the illusion of 3D effect. So I wasn't sure at this point how it would come out. Yeah. So here we are, we're using Tea Expert resin. Again, that's our favourite resin of choice currently. And we're adding, it's a 1-to-1 mixing ratio, and we're just adding some of the red mica powder there to it. And going to just use one of our reusable wooden stir sticks. Just make sure that you stir all the mica powder in thoroughly, because the last thing you want is to have chunks of mica powder in your finished piece that haven't mixed in properly, little lumps and things. So just poured it into the mould. Each one of these moulds took about 100 mils of resin. So there we are, it took them just about up to the top. It didn't dome them, thank goodness. And then here I am dusting one of the pink tones, one of the pink roses with the shades of pinks and beautiful fuchsias, the paler ones, all the items that I've used, the colours, the products, the names of the colours and where you can get them from, all listed in the description box down below. And may actually even, if we remember to do it, come up at the side of this clip as well. But you know, if not, it'll be in the description box. So there's a close-up view of that mould. I think it looks beautiful, absolutely gorgeous. Compare that one then, you see on the left you've got the reddish tones and on the right you had the pinkish tones. Oh, look at that from the other side, looks beautiful, almost frosted. Almost frosted, reminds me of rose quartz. And yeah, so this is the following day. I poured one of the red ones first, just to see how it would work. So yes, I did cheat a bit there. Came away from the mould nice and easy. Still a little bit bendable at that point, but wow, look at that. So yeah, I'm happy with that. It looks a bit like it's bloomed or blushed a bit with the resin. It hasn't. that is just where I did the shading with a different colour. So I think perhaps in hindsight, it doesn't need it. But I thought, you know, let's just see if we can get it like as if we were painting it. If you're doing a painting of a rose, to see if we could get the different shades and so on. So following on, here we go. I thought, right, okay, so that one turned out pretty decent. So let's go ahead and do the pink one. So again, same amount of resin, 100 mils, adding in some of the darker coloured pinkish mica powder, stirring it thoroughly, mixing it thoroughly into the resin. That's gorgeous, beautiful colour. Deep fuchsia, pinky, purpley colour. And here we are with the mould, and just going to pour it in as best as we can, making sure that we don't encourage the too many bubbles. I was quite lucky actually with this, because most of the bubbles did dissipate. If they don't and you notice them, just give it a quick squirt with some, or quick spray with some isopropyl alcohol. Or if you've got a long-necked lighter, can't get my words right today, you can always just take that lightly across the top. Don't use the torch. If you use a heat torch, you could fuse your resin to your mould or burn your moulds, and you don't want to do that. So this is the following day where it has cured up. And it's, there we go, and it has cured nicely. It's still a little bit soft, so I mean you can leave it a little longer. You'd leave it a couple of days and then demold it. But I'm very impatient, as we all know by now. So I'm going to demold the other red one first and leave you in suspense for the pinky coloured ones. So I'm hoping that this has as good a result as the first red one I did. Came away again from the mould pretty clean. Looks absolutely stunning. You could of course go over it with one of my favourite kind of pens, the gold pen, chrome pen, and just go over the highlights on those raised edges if you wanted to, or not bother to do that at all. Completely up to you. So there we go, and this is the first of the pink ones. Wow. I mean, that is the vividness, and it's got that beautiful like aurora borealis effect to it, where I've used the different shades of the pink micas, from the very pale ones, the ones that have got a slight gold tinge and tone to them, to the deep sort of pinky magenta colours as well. So here's the second pink one. There was no cleanup needed on these either, so I was quite pleased with myself. Because usually I do need to go around and do a bit of trimming and filing. Again, another really beautiful one. So there's the two together, looking slightly different in the light, but they are more or less the same. So here we go again, just in for a bit of a close-up. You could round the very edges of them on the sides, go ahead and put your gold or silver chrome pen if you just wanted to finish it off a wee bit. And these last few shots are just showing you they're more than big enough to take a glass. That's a wine glass that we've got. And there we are, another close-up, beautiful shot there of all four of them together, again with the wine glass. If you are going to use them as coasters rather than just decorative pieces, leave them. I always leave mine for about 4 weeks so they completely cure and harden. They are made from resin, they are completely waterproof, and they should be fine for putting down, you know, mugs of cups of tea or glasses on them with cold drinks in. So it should be okay for hot or cold drinks. Obviously don't pour boiling water over them, you know, be sensible. But yeah, I mean, if you're going to make them and gift them to somebody, do them in enough advance notice so that you've got the time to leave them to completely cure. So yeah, so here we are, it's just some finishing off shots. I just enjoyed taking video footage of them because I was so pleased with the way they turned out, and the techniques had worked, and the resin had worked, and there were no bubbles and no missing pieces. And I was just really chuffed with this one. So let me know how you... Oh, look, I've knocked it over. I must have already drunk the fizz from that one. Let me know what you think in the comments box below. Thanks for tuning in, watching, liking, subscribing, hitting that notification bell. And don't forget, our next one's out on Wednesday. Take care.